What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction. Back with the final track on the 1979 self-titled album by the Dolly Dots, and it's one of a couple singles from the album. The track title is, beginning with a parenthetical, Tell It All About, and then outside parentheses, Boys. Strictly speaking, that would mean the primary title of the song is Boys, but with an opening parenthetical. It's interesting phrasing. It seems like whoever is being requested or commanded to speak and divulge what they know is being told to speak about boys more generally, so yeah, not quite sure what to make of it. I'll see what I can catch on a first listen. The music so far on the album has been, generally speaking, a pop disco style, so that's what I would expect, but obviously it could go outside that. I've been going through arabesque, through Shafic's music as well, and while they are also in the pop disco vein, they've had a number of tunes that have diverged from that, so I'll see what I can pick up. This is by the Dolly Dots, parenthetically, Tell It All About, and then outside parentheses, Boys, a 1979 single and the final track on their self-titled album. It is different.
They told me ask you for a date, no, but I will hope and wait. He's the guy that I'm after. All your dates have been disaster. He's the guy I'd like to know. I think I'm in love with Larry. Yeah, he's extraordinary. I love my new science teacher. Do you mean that Iggy preacher? Oh, I think I better go. We'll tell it all about boys, about the way they walk, about the way they talk. We'll tell everything. We'll tell it all about boys.
So girls gossiping about the boys they're into?
About the way they kiss, about everything, not everything, no, not everything.
Not everything?
We're going out to boogie tonight. We'll party down and do it just right. You'll meet us there, we'll be there at 8. So Tom and John, Larry, Peter, Ron, we're all having a date. I like to go out with Peter, he has got a red two-seater. Better watch him when he's driving, he can go as fast as lightning. Oh, then I think I won't go. I think I'm still in love with Larry, he's the guy I want to marry. I'm not sure about that teacher, just forget that Iggy preacher.
I wouldn't be either.
The guy you gotta know.
Unethical.
We'll tell it all about boys, about the way they walk, about the way they talk. We'll tell everything. We'll tell it all about boys, about the way they look, about the way they kiss, about everything, not everything, no, not everything. We'll tell it all about boys, about the way they walk, about the way they talk. We'll tell everything. We'll tell it all about boys, about the way they look, about the way they kiss, about everything, not everything, no, not everything. We'll tell it all about boys, about the way they walk, about the way they talk.
You know
We'll
it.
tell everything. We'll tell it all
Little
about
castanet.
boys, about the way they look, about the way they kiss.
But yeah, anytime a chorus, which hasn't gone around twice in a row before, enters a third iteration after a couple verses, it's not surprising when it begins to fade, because it feels like it's one of those songs where you're just supposed to imagine the chorus continues and continues into infinity. But yeah, so to start with the music, it was not disco. It had a sort of 60s rhythm and blues meets Motown kind of feel, like a bit more Motown in the singing style, but a bit more rhythm and blues with the brass and the piano, you know, not, it wasn't anything like a Little Richard tune, but a lot of those 60s rhythm and blues or 50s rhythm and blues tracks, they have like an old school rock and roll with, saxophone and piano and so on. So definitely a bit different than I expected sonically. And then vocally, a bit on the like lighter, sort of cheeky side. Lyrically, I'm intrigued because it sounds like it's girls getting together and gabbing, gossiping about the guys they're into and the way they talk, the way they walk, the way they kiss, telling each other everything. Oh wait, not everything. And I think the implication is that in the most intimate moments they're sharing with these different guys, that's, kept for themselves. They're not going to divulge that, and maybe that's, out of a sense of just personal information, or also because it would be a bit taboo to talk about that more openly. But I'm intrigued that we, hear a couple updates on Larry. That's the guy the first woman's into, and later she's saying, I'm still into him, I want to marry him. And then the woman who says, like, I'm into my, science teacher or new teacher, and then later she says, I'm not so sure about that teacher. It's amusing. It's, if you have academic influence over someone, meaning you could make or break their academic life and maybe prevent them from graduating or lower their GPA so they'd have less of a chance of, going on to grad school or, getting whatever position they want, it's not really ethical to be dating them. So one should question the morality of such a teacher, even if, she was very into it and so on. I remember, like, I don't currently lecture, but when I was a grad student, I was a grad assistant for a few different professors, and so I lectured to undergrads. And when I did that for my anthropology, because I'm a historian, but I minored in anthropology as an undergrad and still was involved in the anthropology department as a history grad student, I actually had to fill out like a grad student or grad assistant like paperwork, and part of that was this whole section on like you're not allowed to get involved with any students because you have academic influence over them. And I thought the whole section was sort of funny, but like I thought of that when that part came around, like whoa, if he was following what he's supposed to be doing, he shouldn't be involved with you in the first place. So amusing lyrics in that regard. So a light sort of fun song, which seems to fit with the overall atmosphere of their music and the album that I've heard. So a fitting capstone to the album. Once again, thank you to Chafic for sharing. Let me know what you think, and I will see you next time. Peace.